Hi guys. Thank you so much for your time today. I'm really excited to learn more about you and your business and your entrepreneurship journey.
Well, thanks for coming and choosing us to tell this story.
No, absolutely. It's a pleasure. It's honestly really an honor to be here. So tell me more about Life Wellness Center. Where did this idea come from? What's the origin story of the business?
Do you want to give the origin story?
No, you should go.
I love this already.
You should give the origin.
So doing work within communities that didn't always look like us, but knowing that the community that did look like us needed us to be touching their bodies was the driving force behind it. So we got an opportunity to rent the space from Tremaine Wright, who was then the assemblywoman of our community, and this was to be at a coffee shop, and then she closed the coffee shop. We were looking for a place, and then walked into the backyard here, and I was like, this is it. It was important to be able to offer back into our community where we live this level of care that we thought we could do.
When was the moment where you felt like you could actually have your own business outside of maybe working for another company or another office?
To evolve into this now, where I would get a bigger space, what made me realize I could do that is when I was paying these doctors like a couple $1,000s at the end of the month. I was like, oh well, I could go get my own, because I knew that I already showed that I'm paying that much to them in the rent. So it just said to me, oh yeah, if you wanted to. When I heard the numbers of what rent would be, I was like, okay, I think we could do that.
Yeah. Of course, y'all are a married couple, so I'm curious about how it is to run a business with your partner.
You have your personal life, but then now you expand into a business and all the things that come along with that, finances, management of things. So it can be a lot, and so it's a challenge in terms of for us to grow and be better in the areas that we are weak in, so it's definitely interesting, but it's also an opportunity if we're willing to take our to grow and be better and create better for ourselves.
A lot of folks, when they are business owners and entrepreneurs, they're super, super busy and sometimes they forget themselves. So how do y'all make sure that you are prioritizing your self-care? Like, what are some actual practices or things that you do, whether it's daily or weekly, monthly, to make sure that you're taking care first as a business owner?
Creativity to me is a big portion of my self-care, and prayer. So prayer first, and so it always is like my morning starts off before I touch the floor. It's, really just, I say thank you, before all the sounds come in of what needs to be done or how it needs to be done or whatever. Right. I'm saying thank you either out loud or in my head. I think the thing that is helpful for me around movement and taking care of myself is surrounding myself with people who are doing that as well. So it influences the process.
Within this business, what has sort of been a really, really great high and then also a really bad low would be a question I have, just to understand more about the journey of the business and the evolution of it all. Like, what would you say was a really great highlight or a part where you were like, maybe this business might not work out, or I might not, maybe we're way over our head. Like, do you have any examples to share?
We get highs every day.
Oh, I love that.
We really do. Like, people come out of the massage room, or they walk into this space, or they walk into this backyard, and the very real, visceral reaction that they have, I'm like, oh, this helped your day. Yeah. This work helped you. We've had people who have dealt with all types of traumatic pain, dealing with cancer, dealing with death, that brought them into here, and we were able to help support them into a space where they were able to, have hope, or release the pain that they were dealing with. So that's a huge high. Yeah. So as far as thinking if the business isn't going to survive, that's constantly on my mind. I think that's a process of any beginning business, you know, in those first 10 years or so.
Right.
It's up and down, and then we had COVID happen, right? And so that was a thing that, because we're a touch therapy space, and we're like, come in and, you know, take your clothes off, come in a closed room with us, and we're gonna massage you. We're like, what?
Yeah.
And so I think the idea of drawing back on that energy of those highs that we got allowed us to like go back to what our roots were.
It's like back to the self-care piece, right?
Staying in the self-care piece.
Really, you know, when you do go through those lows in business, because you will go through lows in business, right? Like, it's not going to always be glamorous and unicorns and butterflies all day. But there will be those. So you will have those low moments, but leaning on your self-care routine, leaning on each other certainly is really important. Any advice you have for folks who are aspiring entrepreneurs, especially if they are from immigrant backgrounds like yourself, and, you know, any advice that you have as far as how to go about starting a business, how to lean into your community, how to get the support they need in order to be as successful as you are?
First advice is do it. Do it, and do it scared. Do it even if it's imperfect looking. Do it even if you don't know what you're doing. Go ask for some help. I think this thing of everything has to be perfect and you need to know, and all the pieces have to be in space is one way of doing business, right? It wasn't the way that I went, but it is definitely a way. So I would never say, you know, that doesn't count for anything. The thing of loving what you do, because you're going to do it without getting paid.
At first, right?
Yeah. At first, in the middle, sometimes at the end.
Yeah, that's true.
There's going to be times where what you do is not going to bring financial resources in. So it's important to lean into the thing that you love the most.
Oh my, well, this was super amazing. Thank you both so much for your time. I learned so much from you, and we, you know, wish you the most success in your business here. I mean, it's been amazing even just being in this space. I really appreciate you guys and your time today.